The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. Chapter 1. The Cyclone. Dorothy lived in the middle of the Kansas prairies with her Uncle Henry and Aunt Em. Uncle Henry was a farmer, and Aunt Em was his wife. Their house was small because the wood to build it had to be brought from far away by wagon. The house had 4 walls, a floor, and a roof. It was just one room. There was also a small hole in the ground called a cyclone cellar. The family could go there if a strong windstorm came. They reached the cellar by opening a trap door in the middle of the floor. A ladder led down into the small, dark space. The cellar kept the family safe during dangerous storms. When Dorothy stood at the doorway, she saw the great prairie all around her. There were no trees or other houses. The sun had made the ground hard and gray. Even the grass was not green anymore, because the sun had burned it until it turned gray as well. The house used to have paint, but the sun made the paint crack, and the rain washed it away. Now the house looked dull and gray, just like the land around it. When Aunt Em first came to live there, she was a young and pretty woman. But the sun and wind changed her a lot. Her eyes lost their sparkle and turned gray. She became thin and never smiled anymore. Dorothy was an orphan when she first arrived. Uncle Henry never laughed. He worked hard from morning until night and did not know what happiness was. He looked gray, from his long beard to his rough boots. He always seemed serious and rarely spoke. Toto was the one who made Dorothy laugh. He also stopped her from becoming gray like everything around her. Unlike everything else, Toto was not gray. He was a little black dog with long silky hair and small black eyes. Toto played all day, and Dorothy spent her time playing with him and loving him deeply. Today, they were not playing as usual. Uncle Henry sat on the doorstep and looked at the sky, which was even grayer than usual. Dorothy stood in the doorway holding Toto and watched the sky with him. They heard the wind making a low sound in the north and saw the grass moving as the storm came. Then a sharp whistling came from the south, and they saw the grass moving there too. Suddenly, Uncle Henry stood up and said, "There's a cyclone coming, Em." He told his wife he would check on the animals and ran to the sheds, where the cows and horses were. Aunt Em stopped what she was doing and came to the door. She saw the danger right away and shouted, "Quick, Dorothy! Run to the cellar." Toto jumped from Dorothy's arms and ran to hide under the bed, so Dorothy tried to get him. Aunt Em, very frightened, opened the trapdoor in the floor and climbed down the ladder into the small, dark cellar. Dorothy finally caught Toto and started to follow her aunt. When she was halfway across the room, a loud scream came from the wind, and the house shook so much that she lost her balance and fell to the floor. Then something very strange happened. The house spun around 2 or 3 times and slowly rose up into the air. Dorothy felt as if she was going up in a balloon. The strong wind pushed the house higher and higher until it reached the top of the cyclone. There, the house stayed and was carried miles away, as easily as carrying a feather. It was very dark, and the wind howled loudly around her. After the house spun a few times and tipped once, Dorothy felt as if she was being rocked gently. like a baby in a cradle. Toto did not like what was happening. He ran from place to place in the room, barking loudly, while Dorothy sat quietly on the floor and waited to see what would happen. Once, Toto got too close to the open trap door and fell in, and at first, Dorothy thought she had lost him. However, the strong air pressure kept him from falling all the way. She pulled him back into the room and closed the trap door, so no more accidents would happen. Hour after hour went by, and Dorothy slowly stopped feeling so frightened, but she still felt very lonely. The wind was so loud all around her that she almost could not hear anything else. As more time passed and nothing bad happened, she stopped worrying and decided to wait calmly to see what would happen next. Finally, she crawled across the moving floor to her bed and lay down, and Toto followed her and lay down beside her. Even though the house was moving and the wind was making a loud noise, Dorothy soon closed her eyes and fell asleep.